I would like to call the school board meeting for Tuesday, April 19th, 2022 for the Des Moines Public Schools to order. Ms. Rivera, could you please take the roll?
Ms. Alonso Diaz.
Here.
Ms. Bradley.
Here.
Ms. Caldwell Johnson.
Here.
Ms. Knox. Ms. Martorano.
Here.
Ms. Norris. Ms. Sawyer.
Here.
Before we begin our first item of business, I would like to check in with everyone to see how you're doing. I would like to spend about 10 minutes doing this. We do these check-ins with each other just to get ourselves ready for the work at hand. This is something that we've been doing for a while. I care about the mental well-being of my board colleagues, and so we're going to take a moment just to check in with each other, and feel free to share. If not, that's okay, but would love to just check in with you all to see how you're doing this evening before we get started.
I'll hop in. I just really wanted to express my appreciation to my board colleagues for all of the support you've provided to me over the course of the last few weeks as my husband has dealt with some health challenges. A lot of heavy lifting on my part, but he's in a much better place. And I just really appreciate all of the prayers and calls and texts of concern. That just really made me feel good, and just know that I'm always there for you as well. Thank you.
I'm feeling really excited about having students here with us this evening and can't wait to hear from you.
I would say that I'm excited to have the public back in person with us. I just remember the days when we were, there's still pandemic, there's still COVID, but we would sit on the stage by ourselves and nobody was out there. So it's wonderful to see faces and to hear your voices and to hear, I'm excited to hear what you have to say tonight, but just looking forward to our conversation and our work session as we really evaluate ourselves and our work moving forward.
I would also like to say welcome to our students this evening who will be presenting. Very excited to hear from students. I don't think we've had a student presentation in quite some time, so we welcome you here this evening and looking forward to hearing from you all.
I am excited to hear students, and I hope that we continue to see the presence of you, and I'm excited. I'm excited to hear you, to listen to you.
I'll just echo the sentiments of my board colleagues. Very excited to get to work tonight and looking forward to hearing from everyone. Thank you all for being here. It really means a lot.
We will get started with our meeting this evening. One thing that I would like to say before we get started, that we are in the auditorium. Today we are getting, our boardroom is under construction. We are getting a brand new and improved sound system, so that is why we are in here this evening. The boardroom I hear is a mess, but our next board meeting, we will be back in our boardroom to have our regular meeting with new and improved sound. So we're looking forward to that, but just wanted to make the community aware of the change for this evening. Also, before we approve the agenda this evening, I am pulling item C1, Black Male Algebra Report. We will be discussing this report at a later date. So I would like to get a motion and a second to approve the amended agenda.
Move approval of the agenda as amended.
Second, Martorano.
We have a motion by Ms. Caldwell Johnson and a second by Ms. Martorano. Ms. Rivera, could you please take the vote?
Ms. Alonso Diaz.
Yes.
Ms. Bradley.
Yes.
Ms. Caldwell Johnson.
Yes.
Ms. Knox.
Yes.
Ms. Martorano.
Yes.
Ms. Sawyer.
Yes.
The motion is approved, 6-0. The next item on our agenda is approval of the minutes from our meeting on Tuesday, April 5th, 2022. May I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes?
Madam Chair, before we move to approve the minutes of that
Yes.
meeting, I would like to add a correction. I should have abstained from the vote on the AFSCME contract, as I have two family members that are covered under that contract, and our board governance policies indicate that I should have abstained, and I failed to do so. So I would like to approve the minutes with the correction that my vote on the AFSCME contract should have been an abstention.
Okay, you have heard from Ms. Caldwell-Johnson, so may I have a second and a motion to approve the minutes and also with the correction of her abstaining from the AFSCME vote?
Sawyer, second.
We have a motion by Ms. Caldwell-Johnson and a second by Ms. Sawyer. Ms. Rivera, could you please take the vote?
Ms. Alonso Diaz,
Yes.
Ms. Bradley,
Yes.
Ms. Caldwell-Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Knox,
Yes.
Ms. Martorano,
Yes.
Ms. Sawyer.
Yes.
The vote is approved, 6-0. The next item on our agenda is public forum. We provide speakers at the forum an opportunity to address the board for up to 3 minutes regarding items that are not on the board agenda. If anyone wishes to speak during this forum, please email rosa.rivera-hernandez@dmschools.org. Speakers will be called individually, and we ask that you please state your name and address prior to providing comments. Students and minors do not need to provide their address. Guests of the board are encouraged to speak to matters relating to the programs, services, and operations of DMPS. Please remember that Iowa law prohibits us from discussing specific employees of their job performance. Please avoid references to personalities or character attacks, as those types of comments do not contribute to the purpose for which this public forum exists. Thank you for your support of our school district. We appreciate your input. As a reminder to the board and public, this public forum is not a time for board engagement and discussion, as it is our obligation to discuss only matters posted in the public agenda for the sake of transparency and opportunity afforded to all community stakeholders. Matters requiring attention will receive appropriate staff and or board follow-up at a time after the meeting. Also, for those who are speaking and addressing the board this evening, I would ask that you would come to the microphone in the podium here over to your left. Ms. Rivera, do we have any speakers this evening?
Yes, we do. I'll go ahead and call R.J. Miller.
R.J. Miller, 3717 6th Avenue. All right. According to the district's policy, it is the DMPS's responsibility to provide a safe, orderly learning environment. I find you in violation of this. I have been talking to parents, students, and I've been viewing the fights and the jumping and the beatings of individuals with weapons, and majority of the footage that I've been reviewing is students that are fighting and are unsupervised. I haven't been seeing campus monitors, RSCs, or admin in sight. I find the DMPS guilty of failing to prevent violence and failing to keep our schools safe. Our students deserve to have a safe learning environment, and they are not getting that. There has also been assault of staff. There has been bullying. 2 middle school kids committed suicide from the failure to address bullying and the failure to address mental health. There has been sexual assault by teachers and by other students. It is the DMPS's responsibility to educate our students. After viewing the graduation rates and the test scores, I find the DMPS in violation of this. I also find the district in violation for not removing the former East High principal for her negligence and failing to enforce a safety policy, which is continue to perpetuate a violent culture within the East community, and also running her school as a zoo. Students are in the parking lot doing coke, drinking beers, smoking weed, and fighting in all areas of the hallway, unsupervised as well. Students who do not go to East have also been getting into the building and have been bringing weapons. I also find the district in violation of not removing the former East principal for racial discrimination against a black teacher and creating a hostile work environment. It is the policy of the district to remove any staff member who is in investigation upon these charges, which you failed to do. There has been a shooting on the property of East and a murder. Violence clearly is not a priority within the Des Moines Public School. Students have stated to me and parents have stated to me that they feel unsafe, they feel like they're not being listened to, and they have fallen on deaf ears by the admin. You guys are worried about a war with state politicians. The war should be to improve your schools, to turn the dropout rates and the graduation rates, and do all that you can if you're really passionate about doing your job. Because if you're not passionate, then go get a desk job, go do a white-collar job, or go be a banker. I will be working with legislation to suspend the licenses and issue out fines to individuals within the district. You will be held accountable for the academics and failing to enforce safety policies within your buildings.
30
So don't get
seconds
comfortable.
remaining.
Excuse me? Did you say
Sorry.
something?
30 seconds remaining.
Okay. And you have failed to inspire and to motivate your students. You have done a horrible job, and I'm here to let you know that I will be standing up for parents, standing up for students, and if you continue to fail to do your job, I will be holding you accountable on a legislative level. So do your job. If you love these kids, fight for these kids. That's all I got to say.
Thank you. And I apologize, I believe there's one more person that wanted to speak. You may approach the podium. Can I please have you state your name?
Toya Johnson, 1637 Capitol Avenue. I am a parent. I also am someone who's running for Iowa State Senate. And I believe that our schools are in trouble, deep trouble. If we held our school system to the standards that DHS holds parents to, the kids would be removed. The kids would be removed. Our schools need a totally innovative way of administrating education. We need preventative, we need active, and then we need active aftercare for our students. We need our teachers and our students feeling safe. We need for our schools to be up to par. We need for our children to be properly educated. We need a totally different system. We need to be considering having flexible schedules not only for our teachers, but for our students. We should be considering changing our school system to kindergarten through 10th grade with our 11th and 12th grade funds being used for technologies such as trades, entrepreneurship, traditional or for our disabled or traditional learners, as well as having that last, people who go straight into the workforce. So that last money for 11th and 12th grade could be used over a 10-year period to help young people sustain themselves. In the last 50 years, education has remained the same, but technology has continued to grow. And it's time for us to look at different ways to educate our students than what we're seeing now. Because if we leave it this way, there will be no future. Thank you.
Thank you. The next group that we'll call is Jackson Elementary.
Be the change you wish to see in the world. Good evening. My name is Bettina Bradley, and I am a teacher at Jackson Elementary. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. Over 2 years ago, a group of 4th grade students at Jackson Elementary were asked a question: should our school name be renamed Mary Jackson? They were asked to research both President Andrew Jackson, our current namesake, and the NASA engineer Mary Jackson. Their work led to a letter writing campaign to our principal, Mrs. Whistler, and then the world shut down. That began the journey to this moment today. Our student leadership team has continued the work and would like to present our rationale this evening. As an educator and a mother of a student at Jackson, it is my goal to empower student voice. I present to you the voices of Jackson Elementary.
Hi, my name is Bobby. There are two big rocks in our educational journey, numbers and words. 1830, President Andrew Jackson signed the Indian Removal Act. 100,000, the estimate number of native Indians forcibly removed from their native land. 4,000, the estimate number of Indians who died on the Trail of Tears. 161, the number of enslaved Africans Andrew Jackson owned, treated harshly, and profited from. There are three words we say daily: safe, respectful, and responsible. President Andrew Jackson was not.
Hi, my name is Maximus. President Andrew Jackson's own words reveal his incompatibility with our school's mission. They have neither the intelligence, the industry, the moral habits, nor the desire of improvement, which are essential to any favorable change in their condition. Established in the midst of another and superior race. They must necessarily yield to force of circumstances. We strongly disagree with his words. President Andrew Jackson may be the 7th President of the United States, but his values do not align with our practice of the 7 habits. Most importantly, synergy that challenges us to respect each other's differences and work harmoniously together.
Hello, my name is Penelope. In 1958, Mary Jackson was the first African-American female engineer to work at NASA after facing years of segregation and discrimination. Mary Jackson's perseverance, collaboration, and fight for equality aligns with the principles of Jackson Elementary. We are a leader in musical and cannot think of anyone else who embodies Stephen Covey's 7 habits more than Mary Jackson. Our school's name should reflect the mission and character of our students within. Mary Jackson inspires us as she was the first Black female who successfully became an engineer at NASA and has encouraged many of us to follow our dreams and not let anything get in the way. She faced many challenges but still never gave up. That inspires me to never give up.
Hello, my name is Nicole. 386 students at Andrew Jackson Elementary. 26 countries are represented. 20 languages are spoken. 7 habitat are practiced. 3 principles guide us. 1 name must be changed. Our school represents what is beautiful about our country. Diversity, our intention is not to erase the past, but rather to move to a brighter future.
Hello, my name is Karen. The name Jackson is important to our school and community as we are the stars. So we are asking the board to rename Andrew Jackson to Mary Jackson Elementary as it states in our own vision. Des Moines Public Schools is dedicated to making our students, staff, volunteers, and parents feel welcomed and supported. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Those are all the speakers I have signed up so far.
Thank you, Ms. Rivera. We'd like to thank all of our speakers for addressing the board this evening. I would like to remind you that matters regarding attention will receive appropriate staff and/or board follow-up at a time after the meeting. Next on the agenda are the consent items. We allow any person the opportunity to speak to the board for up to 5 minutes following the presentation of an agenda item. If anyone wishes to speak to an agenda item, please email rosa.rivera-hernandez@dmschools.org. Remarks must be germane to the agenda, and we ask that you avoid reference to personalities and character attacks, as those types of comments serve no productive purpose. We appreciate your input. As a reminder to the board and public, the board will not engage in discussion or deliberation with the speaker regarding comments made to the agenda items. Discussion and deliberation will remain among board members at the board table, with speakers' comments informing said discussion, deliberation, and determinations as deemed necessary. Ms. Rivera, do we have any speakers this evening?
No, we do not.
Ms. Caldwell-Johnson, I believe you have the consent motion.
I do, Madam Chair. I move that the board approve the consent items in accordance with the recommended action for each item on the consent agenda, including bills previously authorized, certified, and approved for payment by the board secretary in the amount of $6,267,892.71, and procurement card transactions in the amount of $564,676.31.
Is there a second?
Second, Martirano.
We have a motion by Ms. Caldwell-Johnson and a second by Ms. Martirano. Any discussion or questions? Ms. Rivera, could you please take the vote?
Ms. Alonso Diaz,
Yes.
Ms. Bradley,
Yes.
Ms. Caldwell-Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Knox,
Yes.
Ms. Martirano,
Yes.
Ms. Sawyer,
Yes.
The consent items are approved 6-0. Next on the agenda is public hearing. First item is E1, public hearing for replacement of flooring and heating pumps at Stowe. This public hearing will come to order. Is there anyone wishing to speak to item E1? Hearing no one, Superintendent Ahart, will you please introduce the matter?
I recommend the board review the proposed plans and specifications prepared by Studio Melee to replace flooring and heat pumps at Stowe Elementary School, hold a public hearing, and approve the plans.
May I have a motion and a second to approve item E1?
Sawyer, so moved.
Alonso, second.
We have a motion by Ms. Sawyer and a second by Ms. Alonso Diaz. Is there any discussion or questions? Ms. Rivera, could you please take the vote?
Ms. Alonso Diaz,
Yes.
Ms. Bradley,
Yes.
Ms. Caldwell-Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Knox,
Yes.
Ms. Martirano,
Yes.
Ms. Sawyer,
Yes.
The vote is approved 6-0. Next on our agenda is other items. You all have heard the presentation that was provided by our students at Jackson Elementary. What I will need now is we need to create a naming committee for that, and so I need 3 people to volunteer for that. Ms. Caldwell-Johnson, 2 others. Okay, I'll do Ms. Alonso Diaz and Ms. Sawyer. I see all hands are raised, so they will be on the naming committee. I did have an opportunity to talk to the principal and the students at Jackson just to explain our process and what will happen next, but I will repeat that. The naming committee will meet, look over all of the information that you've provided, and then they will bring a recommendation to the board for that name change. We'll make sure to invite you back for that board meeting when that name change and recommendation will be made. Next on the agenda is items of privilege. I would like to ask if there's any board members who have anything to share this evening. Hearing none, I will turn it over to Superintendent Ahart for the superintendent's report.
No report this evening.
Okay. Thank you all for joining us. I don't get to say this often, but we appreciate you being here. This meeting is adjourned at 5:59 p.m. We will take a brief break, and we will move into our work session, which will be our board self-evaluations very shortly. Thank you.